What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, and welcome, guys, to yet another video, ladies and gentlemen. Real Madrid, ladies and gentlemen, they're at it again. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we all remember what happened last year around this time, around the Ballon d'Or ceremony, when they thought their golden boy Vinicius Junior was on track to get the Ballon d'Or in the 2023-2024 season. Unfortunately, they didn't get what they wanted, so they cried about it and they boycotted the Ballon d'Or ceremony all around. No representatives from that club was sent to the ceremony in France last year when Rodri won the tournament. And look, for me, it was very embarrassing, I'll be honest. Even though I thought that Vinicius should have won the Ballon d'Or, I felt like it was a little bit of pettiness. Like it was some kind of, it was crybaby-ish style. You feel me, right? You didn't get what you want, so you cry about it. And, you know, for many people, you know, a lot of Madridistas defended it. Some people thought it was just petty, childish from Real Madrid. But, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that the childishness doesn't end, because once again, it turns out they look like they're going to be not turning up for the Ballon d'Or this year, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Real Madrid set to continue their boycott of the Ballon d'Or. No delegates from the club are expected to be sent this year in the ceremony in Paris. This follows their boycott last year, where Rodri won the award over Real Madrid's Vinicius Junior. Now look, I'm going to say this now, okay, guys? So let me just say this. First of all, this outlet, that's basically saying that Vinicius Junior, Real Madrid's delegates are not going to go to the Ballon d'Or. However, I can say this. It's not what you guys think. It's not because there's not going to be a Ballon d'Or winner from Real Madrid this year. It's not like last year where they felt like they were unjustly screwed over in the Ballon d'Or win, right? That's not the case this year. Apparently, it's something completely different, which is completely crazy, right? And the reason why this year, ladies and gentlemen, Real Madrid are going to be boycotting the Ballon d'Or ceremony is because of something that came out recently from L'Equipe, right? We all know L'Equipe. They are a French outlet, sport outlet there in France, right? They made a video, and I don't think I can show the video, but I'll show you some pictures of it, where basically they were making fun of Vinicius Junior, right? There was a few pictures. They had one with him and Yamal, where Yamal was holding him like a baby, and they had another one where they kind of put his face in front of like a, you know, little person. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? I have a lot of things that I think about this whole situation, but this video, guys, is to give you guys an honest opinion, right? Even though I am a Barca fan, I want to call something out. And I'll let you guys in the chat who are watching, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the pictures that was shown in L'Equipe's video a few days ago, right? It was a picture of Lamine Yamal holding on to a baby, and they, as you can see, they put Vinicius's face in the picture. And this is not the only one. There's another one. I'm sure if you guys go to social media, you will find it. It's the one with him and the little person. And look, apparently Real Madrid were very upset by this. They did what they always do. They whined and moaned about it. And now as a result, they're apparently not going to be in the Ballon d'Or ceremony. Now look, I'm going to just say this, because I've seen a lot of Madridistas, you know, some of them, they are sitting here saying it's disrespectful, they should be more respectful, this and this and this. Look, I'm going to say something right now, guys. To everyone who's watching, whether you're a Madrid fan or you're not a Madrid fan, I'm going to say something. This, ladies and gentlemen, is very hypocritical from Real Madrid. Let me explain why. Because Real Madrid, basically, their anger comes from L'Equipe, the sports news channel, right? Because they are a sports news channel. They didn't like the fact that a sports news channel was basically rattling them because of them basically boycotting the award last year, right? And they were basically crying about their player being disrespected. Now, here is the thing that I have to call out, because I'll tell you why this is extremely hypocritical from Real Madrid. Real Madrid, ladies and gentlemen, have done this before. If you all remember, ladies and gentlemen, 3 years ago, Gareth Bale, before he left Real Madrid, a player who scored in 2 Champions League finals, won, 4 Champions Leagues if I'm not mistaken? This guy has done it all. Won everything. Scored plethora amounts of goals. He was hated by the Madrid fans. For years, the media were on his neck over and over. And why were they on his neck? Well, because he spent more time golfing. Because he wasn't known for being a Galactico or something. They had always had something to complain about. They questioned his commitment. They questioned his love for the club. All of it because Gareth Bale was a guy who wasn't for the spotlight. He wasn't a guy who was crying. He wasn't the guy you're going to see driving sports cars and being in, fashion shows and all of this. He was a golfer. He spent time at home. Yeah, he had his injury problems, which is something you can't really blame the guy on. But the Spanish media, they had a witch hunt on this man. And it all culminated to this moment. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Do you guys remember this famous picture? This picture was put on Marca, ladies and gentlemen. Marca, a top sporting outlet in Spain, specifically Madrid, right? This, ladies and gentlemen, was a picture that they put in their newspaper. They basically called him a mosquito, a parasite who was leeching out of the club. Now keep in mind, Gareth Bale was still playing for Real Madrid. He was still playing for the club. But the media had no problem attacking their own player. Not worrying about his mental health, not worrying about his feelings. They didn't care. Because at the end of the day, they were all about themselves. This, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to call out Real Madrid's hypocrisy. Because it's easy for them to sit there and complain about L'Equipe going out talking about their player. That's fine. But this is so disingenuous from this club. I'm sorry. I'm not even attacking Madrid fans. I'm attacking the club itself, right? Because you guys have had a tendency of doing things like this, where you guys go too far with some of the things that you do. You don't complain. When people attack you guys, you say people are jealous. You say people are envious. But it's funny how soft-skinned some of you guys are. So because they disrespected one of your players, you guys are going to cry about it. And here's the thing, guys. I'm going to say this right now. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to use all kinds of things. They're going to try to use the race card. I'm sorry. I've seen the video. I've seen the pictures. I don't see anything racist. I don't. I see this French media mocking Vinicius and Real Madrid. That's true. I'm not denying that. They are mocking Real Madrid. And they are mocking Vinicius. Why? Because last year, they cried after their favorite player, their golden boy, didn't win the Ballon d'Or. So I'm going to just say this now. It's tit for tat. This is not cool. I remember when they did this, I was like, bro, I have seen players play for my club who I didn't want to see at my club, who I wanted to see the back of. If my media ever did something like this, I would find it embarrassing. I'm sorry. So I'm going to say this now. When it comes to Real Madrid, I think you guys are moving like hypocrites. This, for me, exposes a lot of this club's sensitivity. You guys cry every time you don't get what you want. Last year, your player did not win the Ballon d'Or. Okay, cool. You felt like you were unjust. That's fine. Even I believe that your player should have won it. But when you start crying every single time you don't get what you want, that's all you are. You're a crybaby. And this club always do this. They are terrible losers. They cannot take their L's with grace. They always have to cry and bitch and moan. And it's truly embarrassing. And look, it's not been confirmed yet, like I mentioned. They could still attend the Ballon d'Or. But really, if they don't, I'm going to be very honest, guys. If the next Madrid player that wins the Ballon d'Or, I urge all the other clubs to not send their delegates. Let's see how much you guys like it when you guys are the only ones in the Ballon d'Or ceremony and it's called all empty-handed. Let's see how you like it. This is not cool. But let me know what you guys are saying in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys are saying about this whole boycott thing. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and yeah, man, let me know in the comment section. Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalonia, and peace, you guys. Take care.